go. I got to lean in.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Lean for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with Antonio and Asia, who is getting herself together backstage. She putting a nice little wig on for y'all. She finna, now let me not hype her up because I don't know if she considers her good wig or not. So let me be quiet. But she is here. She'll be here in a second. But happy holidays, everybody. I know we saw everybody last Wednesday for Beverly Hills. We're coming after the holiday. Hope everybody ate. I ain't gonna say ate good because everybody don't cook well. Antonio, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and I ate very good.
You ate down.
Down. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Asia, you ready for us?
I am. Okay. I just had to switch. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, you good. You good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got my mama wig on today. So I just trying to be my mama twin and become a redhead. So I put the other one away. I got this one on for you. It's still cute.
Okay. Well, listen, I like whatever wig you put on because I mean I ain't seen a bad one yet, despite what people in the comments may have said in the past. But you know, we see each other, and I got a couple wigs in my closet too if I need to pull it out. So
pull them out, baby.
Not right now. But yeah, with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're here to talk about episode 4 for Potomac. The season is moving on and moving to the first cast trip next week. As I always say, it's a lot of shows on right now. Right, obviously Potomac, Married to Medicine, Beverly Hills, Miami, Salt Lake City, Bell Collective. There's a lot going on over here. So we thank you all for supporting us through this crazy time. As it's crazy, not only but over here at the Lean headquarters. This is crazy. And I mean that. Crazy. But yeah,
very much.
You guys great content always, if nothing else. All right, so episode 3. I wasn't here last week. Jazz hosted. They did a great job. I watched the show. I hadn't watched the episode, so I actually watched the episode on my flight back Saturday. So I caught up, and then obviously episode 4 came out yesterday, and we have Nneka. So Nneka is coming in hot. Now, I did title this, is Nneka cursed or thirsty? And so by the end of this recap, I ask you, everybody here, what is the answer? Because I don't know if she cursed or if she just thirsty. I don't know what's going on, but we'll talk about it. So we actually pick up this episode with Nneka, and she is talking to her husband. I guess she picks her husband up from the airport. He goes away. I think he's there for a week. He goes away for a week, is what I believe she said. Mm-hmm. What is his name? What is his name?
Ike.
And Mike?
Ike.
Ike. Oh, I thought it was when Wendy said that earlier. Somebody said I thought it really was like she was playing. I don't know if it's really the name. That's crazy.
It's Ike.
Well, I don't know. In this relationship, she seems like she's more Ike than he is, but we'll talk about that. So she wants to get pregnant. So they spend time together, but she talks about when she's ovulating and in time so she can work on getting pregnant. I would say her husband's very handsome. I don't know if I'm just into. I don't know if I want me a Nigerian man or what did Nene call him? What they call him in Atlanta? Mr. Chocolate. But clearly between Eddie and this man, I think they're very handsome. Now I still would choose Eddie over this one, but that's just my personal preference. I like him a little darker. If you ain't noticed that, no shade to Antonio, because I like him light too. But
Antonio's brown. We're not gonna just put him in the light skin category.
I don't know. But so she gets a phone call from Karen being invited to her pickleball event. And this event happens later on in the episode. They're all excited, although they don't know what pickleball is. I don't even know what pickleball is. I know ping pong. I know tennis. I know volleyball.
I think it's like a cross between ping pong and tennis, kind of.
It is. It's fun. I play pickleball all the time.
Oh, you play all the time? Okay. Well, Asia plays all the time, but they were excited to go nonetheless. I guess they have to find a way to integrate her into the group. So they're going to invite her and stuff like that. And so she brings up Wendy and she kind of gives the whole story about how Lebe, is it Lebe? Is her name? I don't know her name.
I think that's what they said.
got a call saying that, you know, Nneka was clout chasing. So the narrative is that Nneka was using Wendy's name to either get on the show, be in the group, some form. I don't know if they can really break the fourth wall. I feel like they kind of breaking it anyway, but that's kind of what she's saying, is that Wendy is allegedly upset that Nneka is using her name. So she got the bed. The mom got involved by saying that using someone's name is like a sin, and allegedly she put a curse on these people, on Nneka and her family. That's the whole story. If you didn't understand it, I watched it 10 times to make sure I got the story right, and I think I got it right.
Good job. You doing a good job.
But also, you said what, Antonio?
I said you doing a good job.
Okay. Also, to close this scene out, we find out that Eddie and Ike they went to college together or school together at some point, and they were friends on Facebook. But recently, Ike was unfollowed by Eddie, and Nneka think it's because of Wendy and this whole shrine/clout chasing storyline. So I ask you, what are you guys? I'll start with you, Antonio, because you seem so tired, just like I am.
Tired. I'm really tired. I think it seems like there's a lot to me there with that whole story. There's a lot of missing pieces. Like, how did it even get to the point of Wendy's mom calling the cousin-in-law or Wendy's sister calling the cousin-in-law to say that? Because she said that it happened, you know, a couple of weeks. The call happened a couple of weeks before the housewarming. Initially, I was thinking that maybe when Ashley told Wendy the information, Wendy took the information and kind of ran with it to, you know, her mom and her sister. But if she's saying the phone call happened prior to Wendy even finding out, then it had to be something else going on. And it could have been a situation like with Courtney and Candy, where it was like, oh, who do you know in the group or something like that. And maybe they said that they've met or crossed paths before. So maybe she did drop Wendy's name. I don't know, but the whole situation is still very, very confusing to me. I do think that there is some thirst involved, but I'm confused. I really am.
Okay. Antonio, Asia, are you confused, or do you understand what's going on?
I'm not confused because they're trying to erase what Ashley said. So that's why that Osu comment, they're trying to just keep it out. And that's why Ashley backtracked it, because I was trying to figure out the timeline last week, but I really think this is after the Osu comment saying her family is cursed. Ashley's just pulling it back so it doesn't become a part of the story. And they can just say, they already got Wendy and her family riled up. So now it's, oh, well, she's bringing this part along. So it's not a clout chasing thing. And if it is, they really didn't give us enough background to say Wendy don't like her saying her name. Wendy was way too friendly in this meeting her, correcting them about her name. Like, she was really ready to go.
Giving her phone number.
Yeah, she was really ready to go Nigerian sister. So absolutely not. And that's why, and that, my friend, is why Ashley really walked that comment, or attempted to walk that comment back. Because, you know, and I mean, it's clear as day she came to get at Wendy.
Yeah, for sure.
So y'all think that Wendy really, because Wendy is she is saying that she has never met this girl day in her life.
No, well, she did say
past.
She said that first. So it's like a part of Wendy is like, I might have seen her in passing, but then a part of her, you know, I do love Wendy, but I do kind of get the sense of she has met her, but it's given, I know of Claudia, where you're trying to downplay. Not saying like, so semantics, like, of course, like I know you, Antonio, and I may know somebody from this in the comments right now, but I don't know them. I know you. I think she's. I feel like a piece of me. It feels like she's playing semantics. It's a little bit. I don't know.
I think to me it's given like I know of, and I know that person. Like, yeah, you know me. We talked on the phone. We got each other's phone numbers, so on and so forth. But knowing of somebody is kind of like, oh, okay, I've seen them out before, or I know who they are, or we might even be friends on Facebook or Instagram, but I don't have that type of relationship with that person to say that I know that person.
I wish she would have just said, I don't know her. I never met her. or something like that. Because I mean, if you see somebody in passing, I don't. That's just like when you have sex with somebody. You know, people like to decipher between penetration and giving head. You be like, well, we didn't have sex. I just gave him a little head. So in this case, if you met somebody in passing, let's just say you don't know him, and then just leave it at that because she kind of it looked. I'm sorry, that's not.
What? You said Wendy just gave her a little head. Okay.
Else. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry. So y'all on that side of the couch over there. That's fine.
What?
Just a little bit here. I swear, because I think because of that picture, like I think it's just by like they're Nigerian, so they've been in the same spaces before. I really don't think it's anything other than that.
I agree.
And she's a LA Nigerian, not a Baltimore, Maryland Nigerian. So this girl, we got to also think she's really new coming over here. Like she just got here.
Yeah.
With her man and everybody. So they probably like, oh yeah, we met such and such Ike's girl before, but kind of like, I don't know her.
Yeah. That makes sense. Not makes sense what I come in on. Just have a little rant. I'm sorry, Mac. Y'all. We have a little lean after dark sometimes. So hopefully y'all ain't offended. But we all grown, I hope.
I'm grown.
Right, no to my watching. You know, my little cousin does watch. He's like 8, and I don't know why he be watching.
He better block that part out. Then
I told my grandma. I was just
cover your ears, son.
Right. So the next scene we get Jazelle and Robin. They meet up and they're talking about Karen's invite, and just basically about she said that Juan is going to come. She's like, he's definitely coming. I'm like, okay, clearly that you just said you don't care, but now all of a sudden, out of many, many moons and years, Juan is finally coming to an event. You care, sweetie. I'm sorry, you do. Let's just be clear. She cares, and she's trying. I don't know if she's trying to. She wants to play like she don't. If she really didn't care, he wouldn't be coming. She would just be moving away that she always has. But now we have a wrench in the road, and he's going to be there, as she's saying. Whatever. Now Jazelle reveals that she talked to Juan while they were in Atlanta for the Reasonably Shady live event, and she basically said that he was like coming at her, and so Robin was like, "No, he really didn't come at her like that." And I'm just gonna say, I found it so funny that Jazelle decided to sit one-on-one with somebody else's husband again after last year. Just because we know how she is, she felt so uncomfortable with Chris. So hopefully we don't find out next year that Juan made her feel uncomfortable. Maybe I hope that don't happen. Because he
did tell her that he was a very sexual man. So, who knows how that made her feel.
Somebody else's husband told me that, but that's just me.
Somebody told you what?
I said I would feel uncomfortable if somebody's husband told me that.
Yeah, well, she says that his exact words were, "I did not stick my thing in her." I was like, "You better say thing," because we used to say thing as a little kids. We couldn't say the word, but that's what.
As a grown man, I say.
Yeah. that thing, Bolo on his thing. But Robin goes ahead and tells Jazelle about the conversation she had with Nneka, although she wasn't supposed to, and she knew she wasn't supposed to, but she told her. And of course, Jazelle believes it. And she basically breaks it down to her as well by saying that it's a sin for this is kind of where they tried to connect the story. They're saying that basically Nneka clinging on to Wendy's name and her is a sin per Wendy's mom, and Wendy's mom put the what's it called, the hex on her, whatever it's called. What is it?
She put her name at the shrine.
Right. That's how they're trying to link it, by saying that the mama was like, "Oh no, not my daughter's name. That's a sin. Here go a curse." That's what.
Because that makes so much sense.
That's literally the story. Like, here go a curse, not my daughter. I don't know. That's crazy. And I'm not laughing at anyone that may be, a part of the Nigerian ever. Okay. I'm not making fun of that, but that's how the story sounds, right? It sounds crazy. So that's why I'm acting just as crazy as it sounds. But what are you guys' thoughts hearing this? Asia, go ahead.
Again, they're not telling the full story about what Ashley said. So this is the story that they're pulling that one part out. So it makes it seem like, yeah, you saying my name. In all actuality, if what her mother probably did say was, you're talking about my daughter's name, using it for a storyline, saying these negative comments, not you're just bringing up her name. So once again, the full story is not being told, and it sounds crazy. It really does. They're making it seem like Wendy is just like jealous of this girl because she's Nigerian and nobody likes her, so they're just going with it.
Yeah.
You could correct me if I'm wrong, but when Nneka and Robin sat down, did she even say anything about the Osu comment to Robin, or she negated that talking to her as well?
Who? Nneka and with Robin?
Yeah, when they had the initial conversation.
I remember her just talking about the curse, her being the curse. I don't remember that conversation.
Or submitting her name to the shrine or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, she didn't even talk about that mix up with Ashley. So it does seem like, from how she's saying it, Wendy is just being petty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Antonio?
Yeah, that's why I was saying I was I'm not so confused, but it's not making any sense. Like, there's some pieces that are missing from the puzzle that if we had them, I think would make more sense and make us understand a little bit more as to how, even before the conversation was had with Wendy about the blocks, even though Ashley, completely told that story wrong on purpose. My feelings, because I feel like she did that on purpose. Even before she told that story wrong, these people were calling around and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna submit your name to the shrine," and people mess with me, they don't, do well, or whatever the case may be. It's just so odd. I definitely believe there was some type of a phone call or something that happened, but I also feel like there was a reason for, like, there was something that led to it outside of the blog coming out about Wendy's family being, cursed or shunned or whatever the case may be. In regards to Juan and Jazelle, I mean, she seemed to take it, pretty lightly, I guess, what he said or how he felt, and she is at this point, she's just gonna drop it, which is odd because she hardly ever drops anything, and I don't feel like she's gonna drop it going forward. If he checked her, I hope that he did, even though, we know Juan did some messed up stuff, but I still feel like anytime someone gets the opportunity to check Jazelle, then she needs to be checked. I don't care if they're right or wrong. So,
well, she was saying that she got checked based off the way that the message was relayed back, and I don't think they said anything crazy. They just basically told her, like, Robin, you need to boss up and show your worth. Show make him see your worth. I mean, you can't make him see your worth, right? But he needs to appreciate you. And by doing that, he shouldn't be doing these things. It's putting you in these situations. That's all they said. So, but a true narcissist man, whatever Juan is, that's how it was taken, and that's how it was relayed. So, and I mean, and that's her best friend. So I get it, but after last year, Jazelle should not be talking to any men that's not her own. So she just shouldn't be, actually, because I mean,
especially alone somewhere.
Yeah, she should go talk to the man she paying to be on the show. I agree with you.
Right.
Allegedly.
All right. So the next scene was actually Candiace and Mama Dot. So this scene picks up with just talking about, like, their relationship in the past and how it's been, how they've gotten better. And Candiace talks about her mom being more understanding of her, more specifically her music career. And she's touring and things like that. They talk about her and Chris's relationship, and of course, Candiace talks about being, originally it was him that would be away, she was at home, but now that she's on tour, he's at home. The roles have reversed or whatever. And so Mama Dot was like, okay, so what is he doing? Like, she talks, and then Candiace tells her what he's doing. And she basically is like, is he making any money from those? It's from there. And I'm like, oh Lord, she's back at it. She would not let this man live in any kind of way. I just wonder, like, how how long is this gonna go on? You know, at some point, how long can you be married to a person for your parent or somebody just be like, just let it go? I don't know. But she won't let it go. She throw her little shade, but she tries to backpedal and be like, I'm not throwing shade, I'm just asking. It's shade. Just even if you ask, it's still shade. That doesn't negate shade. We all know that. And so she talks about her relationship with Robin, and Mama Dot tells Candiace she thinks that she should have a conversation with her and and talk to her, whatever. But Candiace is like, I don't know, because she went from being a friend to straddling the fence. And she was basically covering for Jazelle in the whole Lives Against Chris. She explains that it was something that was detrimental to their marriage last year. So I'll stop here. Antonio, any thoughts?
I kind of off topic. I can tell Mama Dot lost some weight. She looks good. I don't think that she's ever going to stop throwing kind of like her little shade or digs at Chris until she feels like he's at a point to where he is 100% financially able to support Candiace. Even when Candiace first started, kind of telling her, she kind of rolled her eyes, and Candiace was like, so what was that about? I knew where that conversation was going, because I don't think she feels like Chris is pulling his weight as it's relating to their finance, or the finance of him and Candiace. With Robin, or Candiace, how she feels about Robin, I get it, give it a little time. But it does seem like they did have a pretty good relationship. I don't think they were the best of friends, but they always had a pretty good relationship. So I would think that they would be at a point where they could have a one-on-one. But I think, there are some other ulterior motives going on between, the other side. And that's going to prevent Robin from kind of having that conversation with Candiace. So, yeah.
Asia?
I feel like when it comes to Candiace and Robin, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. And I really don't think, if they were friends like that, Robin liked Candiace's reaction to everything. So I really think that was the most off-putting to Robin in terms of their friendship or whatever they had. And to be honest, if Candiace had said the thing she said about my marriage, if my marriage was going through that, I wouldn't mess with her either, to be quite honest. Just how she said it and how she was responding to the articles, it's like, oh yeah, we definitely ain't cool if you talking like this. But I also understood where Candiace was coming from when she was saying those things. It's just, if y'all friends, you say it a different type of way. Like, Jazelle is being shady, but also supportive. So, and I get it. Candiace's marriage was under attack, so when she found everything out, she just didn't appreciate it. But you also have to deal with the consequences that come with the way you reacted. And with Chris, those aren't real jobs. So no, the mom's not gonna be satisfied. Like, those are more like entrepreneurial like endeavors. So if Mama Dot is wanting him to have a 9 to 5, then no, she's not going to be satisfied with some online cooking classes.
I agree.
I think that she just, I don't know. I feel like she just, like you said, she wants him to have like more of a stable income, because he has kind of been moving around from things over the last, since he's been on the show. I mean, he's been a bartender, or worked at a bar, and I mean, he's done like a lot of different things, I'm just saying, but I mean, then again, I mean, she's, I don't know. Mama Dot does well for herself. And I think someone that is a breadwinner, I think that is what she wants her daughter to be with. I don't think she'll ever really accept him fully until he is in a suit making deals on lunch about some corporate position. That's just what it is, to be honest. So, yeah. But I saw some comments saying that Mama Dot, Jazz said, I love this scene. She's gotten so much better. And she has for now. Now, if she may surprise us, because, if Candiace shoot another video, I won't be surprised. Mama Dot shows out when she gets around the girls. Every mother in this show, I will say, they show out. I mean, Monica's mama, dear God, Salt Lake City, Lord have mercy. But Mama Dot, she acted out at that video shoot years ago. But 101 with Candiace, we don't really see them arguing. The weddings, they've been married for years now. She didn't knock her over the head with a purse, literally. So I think they are okay. And I've actually met Mama Dot. She's actually hilarious. So but it is good to see them. But Sean S says Candiace should stop filming with her. And I kind of think so too. But I think this is kind of evident that in this season, they may be trying to quote unquote ice her out because she's not really filming with anybody but I mean Wendy and Karen kinda, and the rest of the other girls are like over there. It's the majority is over there. So I'm sure she'll push through, but I think she's also very focused on her touring. So that may be one thing too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to the actual pickleball events, and everybody arrives. Karen has on green. Her and Ray have on green. Jazelle gets there, and Karen is just like, Jazelle, you're so fun. You're so fun. I love this. Basically saying that she's so fun because of her, her new boyfriend, and saying like, you got a man, you seem more fun, right? Mia and G arrive. Mia and G are, I don't know, they arrived separate. I thought that was a little weird. I thought that was a little odd, but we do know that they have been separated for a while. So maybe this is the first indication that we got, and we're seeing that they may not be living together because they pulled up separately. And I've never seen that from them two ever. Like, hell, she don't even let nobody else grab her bags and stuff like that. Remember? So you know how she is. Karen, she's still not hugging Mia. She is elevated to a little smooch. I thought that was funny. And then we see a little montage of Candiace and Jazelle's relationship as this whole event is about, I guess, from Karen to get everybody together and to help mend relationships. Now, Candiace and Jazelle, that's not happening. They both say that. We saw the scenes from last year where Candiace basically said like she put her broken vagina on TV. What she said about her vagina? It was something.
No, it wasn't her vagina. It was her uterus.
Uterus.
Her dwindling uterus is what she said. So and then we saw, Jazelle obviously started the rumor. So I don't really know what Jazelle would want from this, but this is a lost cause. I don't think they'll ever be friends. Do y'all think they'll ever be friends again?
No, I don't think it's the point.
Yeah, I think it's dead between them two, to be honest. But then we see Ashley rise, Ashley twerking in her little skirt. Ashley want to be a fun girl this season. I saw y'all talking about what y'all call it? What kind of chic was it last week? Cheap chic. What did Jasmine call it? Some kind of chic, prostitute chic. I don't know what it was. It was some cheap. Cheap is what it was.
Charlotte Ruth chic, Shein chic, Basharay chic. Who knows?
Yes, exactly. And so then after that, Karen gives everybody, she assigns everybody teams. She puts obviously everybody that is like, together, or have an issue together, whatever. Put it in, the girls that don't want to work together. Candiace don't want to be with Ashley. Me and Wendy, like, oh my God, why are we with each other? But Nneka arrives and she speaks to Wendy, but Wendy gives her a very, slight hello. She gives her a hey, and that was pretty much it. The camera looks at them as they look very awkward next to each other. But Robin and Juan arrive, and we see all these different quotes of things that the ladies have said over the last few years about him not being present. He walks in, everybody's excited. But Robin walked in with, did y'all see Robin's outfit? Her little mesh?
Yeah, we did.
I'll stop there and get y'all thoughts on anything related to Candiace, Jazelle, the beginning part of the event, and Nneka and Wendy's interaction. Antonio.
I thought the event was a good idea. I do like whether they're getting along or not, when all of the women get together, no matter what show it is, because something is kind of bound to happen. So I thought the event was a good idea, and it was something different that we hadn't really seen before from any of them. Wendy and Nneka, it was very like, I don't really want to speak, but I guess I will speak because I don't want it to look like I have an issue with you. So let me just say hey, and then you say hey back. So clearly there was already something going on there, just because it's so different from when they saw each other at Ashley's housewarming. So even though now it's like Wendy knows that Nneka, I guess, didn't say what Ashley said that she said, it was like there's still something that's lingering there. Robin has a very long ass, like she has a long booty. I was like,
I'm
okay.
weak.
Yeah,
I was just like, I'm not body shaming, but I was like, ooh,
I'm not body
that
shaming,
was
but she
not
has a long booty. She has a long booty, so that's just what it is. I
Is she
think that split
tall?
up
Is she
the
tall?
team. Mm, She don't really look tall. She looks maybe average, I guess. Average height.
I mean, it would explain a long booty, but
The only person that we know for sure is like damn near Andre the Giant is Mia Thornton.
very true
So
thing.
yeah.
Asia.
That's not how you play pickleball. That 4-on-4 is not how you play pickleball.
It's supposed to be 2-on-2, right? That's what Ray was saying.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do 1-on-1 or you can do 2-on-2, but the best is 2-on-2. Because I'm like, that ain't how you play pickleball. That's too many people. I don't know how that's why I really don't think they even show them playing the game for real. Because what was that? They both did one. Nneka and Wendy both didn't want to have energy. So they kind of just faked it. And I think Wendy was more so like, I know after I found out, I already sent my mama and my sister on you. So I really don't know what the vibe is because you have this misunderstanding. Like that's what I got from it. In terms of Robin's outfit, it was terrible. And I thought Ray and Karen looked cute.
Yeah, they were cute. I thought who was that? Somebody showed who was that? That was actually cute. Wendy and Eddie, they were cute.
They did come in. They came in cute. They came in real cute.
Yeah, they were cute.
Yeah, I did like it. I like the coordinated outfits of it all.
Yeah.
And Candiace had me cracking up when she said, player from
the Himalayas gave me Martin. That's all I could think about was Martin.
So. That was, even though it was in the confessional, that was very funny because I think I just did not realize how much Juan literally has not been around him. He's been on the phone or one-on-one scenes. So they are like, he actually showed up. I thought it was funny.
Well, they probably was gagging. He showed up, giving all the rumors and stuff that's been going on. So, but I mean, like I said, she said she don't care, but she cares. She brought him there.
Well,
he cares too.
Mia said he ain't got no job. So I mean, what are you gonna do?
She did say that. Might as well play pickleball. When she said that,
that was funny. But I was like, Mia, you and Gordon.
Y'all ain't got too much money either. I mean,
but it was still funny.
No, I agree. I agree. That's Spastastic said, I'm so sick of Nneka and her crunchy wig. Spastastic, no.
It is crunchy.
You know, I don't really know what crunchy is in a wig. You know,
you would know the eyelashes coming down on her wig.
It's just like she ain't even put no hair. It's trying to be too symmetrical. I think that's what it is. And the baby, it's not. The baby hair ain't giving symmetrical.
Before I get to the next part, they did. This was also right before this. It was where they talked about Robin and Candiace's relationship. Candiace said she's confused on why Robin would have an issue with her, and production showed all the interviews and things of where she was basically saying she should be let go and she was a fraud and things like that. And, you know, obviously Robin has an issue. I mean, Robin is just like, you know, she don't know why a friend would say things like that. I thought that was funny because I'm like, Candiace, girl, now you know damn well why this girl. Come on.
If you're gonna be anything, be for real. Be for real. You know all them big words and you use them.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say and I'm gonna say something about these big words too, but not with her. But yeah, I agree. I'm like, Candiace, girl, now you know damn well why she mad at you. So just own it and walk in it. Period. All right, so part 2 of this event, they played the botched version of pickleball per Asia. It was the ish starters versus the finishers, and I thought the team was a little off because some people should have been on the other side. Personally, I would say that when I think of a shit starter, I think of Ashley, Mia, Jazelle, and Robin. And I'll put the finishers over there. I would just put Nneka on the side. She can be referee. Because I think, in my opinion, the finishers would be Karen, Wendy, and Candiace. Because I'm biased, but what do y'all think?
And that new girl that beat the other girl up in the club. She wasn't there yet, but she could be on the
Right. Right. But after that, she does in this part. She actually does arrive. She gets there, and they talk about how I think Jazelle was like, "Oh, I remember her from the event." She talks about her having the med spa, so everything's good there. Now, Karen gets up and gives a speech before everybody get to eat, and she's just like, I think it's so great that we all are here. Robin showed up. And Robin immediately is like, why is she talking about me? Acting like TKC in the comments about mentioning her. Why is he talking about me? And Juan gets upset. He's like, I'm not going to sit and listen to this. He storms off and goes to play pickleball. And but Karen is like, she don't really know what happened. You would think she's like, wait, well, what did I do wrong? Like she didn't really know. But I don't know. So after that, Nneka talks about a message being lost in translation. And Ashley says that she has apologized, and she apologizes in this moment because honestly, as we have said, Ashley is the reason all this has happened. I think she knows she's gotten herself in some hot trouble because usually she won't own up to it. She'll be like, I was just asking, I was just saying. But I think in this moment, because the topic is so sensitive, I think she may realize like, oh, I messed up. And so in this moment, she apologizes again. And so after she does that, Candiace is like, okay, well, since y'all got that out the way and Ashley messed up, are y'all good, Nneka and Wendy? And they both say, I don't have a problem with her. I don't know her. And so in saying that, Nneka is like, oh, so now you repeat what I'm saying. And Wendy's like, I'm not, I know we said this. She's like, no, I'm not repeating that. She came in very hot. And I was like, okay, where is this going? So they both say, I don't know you to have a problem. Nneka catches that. And so Wendy is like, I'm just unaware of what this problem is. So Nneka explains it. Nneka says LeBay called. She says LeBay called, and Wendy was like, well, you said I called it. And she's like, no, I said that LeBay called, and your mama called. Everybody called Nneka, apparently. I probably called Nneka. According to Nneka. If you called Nneka, just let us know. Everybody called Nneka about Wendy is what I'm hearing from this moment. And so once they give, she explains the story. Everybody at the table's reactions and mood changes. Everybody's like shook. And I ain't gonna lie, it made me laugh because I feel like this cast and they think they eaten it up with this storyline because they think it is like gonna be like so good, but it's like not so good. Like watching it, it's not enjoyable. But the way they reacted, it was like, oh, like Mia was like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, girl, you don't even know what a damn shrine is. So let it go. But to end this, it escalates as she's just like, Wendy's like, okay, well, clear it up. She's like, no, so Nneka says, let me clear it up. And then Wendy's like, clear it the F up. And she was like, what she say to her? I'm gonna clear it up, bitch. And I was like, oh, like this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
A lot of energy.
So they kind of go back and forth. She says that she hating on her, and Wendy gets up and she saunters around the table like she did a couple seasons ago or whatever. And Juan is just glad that they ain't talking about him or Robin. He's just like, I'm so glad that anybody talking about me and my woman. Robin feels like there is some things that Nneka wants to get out, but that Wendy is not letting her finish her statement. And Candiace speaks up and just like, you really shouldn't be penalizing her for something that her mom and her sister or her that she's not doing. Like that's not what should be happening. Y'all are Nigerian sisters. Why y'all beefing? Which is the same thing I feel like all of us feel like, especially when we found out months ago that they were beefing. So I'll stop there and get you guys' thoughts. Start with you, Asia, on this whole little back and forth moment. Because Nneka was really, really turned up. And I was like, oh, like she's gonna have a buffalo, isn't she?
Not a damn buffalo. God.
Nneka is thirsty. She's thirsty. I every time she starts speaking, she make me thirsty. I have to go get a drink. What was she wanted action from that car ride, because if you notice when she was in the car with her husband, she was prompting him on what to say. Then we get here, she brought it up, and when she said, I don't know her, which is also weird because you just said right here you don't know her like that. And then Wendy was like, exactly, I don't know her like that. The smoke right here is, so you're repeating what I'm saying. You want it, like you want to have a problem with me because why was that comment necessary? It didn't even make for good TV. It started the argument, but it was just going back and forth. We really couldn't even hear what they were both trying to say because she activated Wendy on some petty mess. Now you're repeating what I say. Y'all are both very educated college educated women. She's not parroting you. She's not repeating what she said. She's agreeing with you. So didn't like that part. I don't think we got to the witch part. Did she call her mama a witch yet?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
That's coming. That's coming.
But like at that point, there's nothing. We could have cleared it up right here, right now. This would have been a good scene had they at least kind of nulled and voided it out a little bit. But to keep this going, like Cortez said, they think they eating it up and they're not. This is stupid. This is very dumb. And Mia, who was enjoying it? Mia, Jazelle was like, I don't want no part.
Jazelle, everybody at the table was really like, they was gagging, like they really knew what Osu. They didn't even know what Nigerian is. They just all just stupid at the table.
It was so dumb. And it's like these are multi-generational mixed or biracial people. Like these are generations and generations of mixed company, and they run it through their blood. So they definitely don't know what's going on because they don't have any real access to it unless they're like friends with somebody like this. It was just dumb. It was so stupid.
Antonio?
I agree with everything Asia said for sure. Also with when Karen first started doing her speech, I thought she was, well, to me, it still seemed like she was going to go into, I'm glad Robin showed up. She didn't have to because we've been in the best space. I don't think she was getting ready to throw shade at Robin nor Juan when she was started to do her speech. They just kind of took it for, and Juan ran off, and Robin over there with her face screwed up. The whole situation with Nneka and Wendy, that's why I said it's confusing. It's like I need someone to really sit down and ask the right questions. Like they're gonna need a one-on-one at the interview, so I can really understand like what is the issue. Nneka did say that initially that Wendy was on the other line or Wendy was on the phone. I do think that there was a phone call. Well, we saw that Wendy knows that there was a phone call. Wendy did, try to deflect and like turn it around and do something different. But even still, I don't think the conversation was productive. I hope that we don't have to listen to, we're only on episode 4. I can't go 12 more episodes about that. So I hope that there is something else that comes up that we talk about. Like, I don't want to talk about that anymore beyond this point, but I know it's probably, going to come back up again. So yeah, it's odd, and it was like, what are y'all doing? Like, this ain't really giving what y'all think that is.
I think
this ain't what we want.
I guarantee if there were interviews done before the season aired and they asked how was this season, they probably was like, oh my god, it was phenomenal and spooky. They probably was like, it's gonna be in for a treat for Halloween. Like they probably literally was like this is gonna be everything, and it's really not. It's actually quite a storyline.
It's nasty work by Nneka, to be quite honest. I don't like it.
Actually, it's nasty work. I'm gonna go to this next part. It's nasty work by Ashley, because after escalate, Wendy, talks about the article and it coming from Ashley and how she said that the article was from 3 years ago. And Ashley is just like, I don't know why Wendy will bring it up. I apologize. Well, you should shut your mouth. You should be quiet. You shouldn't say anything. You need to stop. Maybe this is a lesson. She's trying to backtrack because she realizes that it's actually quite sensitive of a topic to be talking about. And so hopefully she learns from this. I'm just saying. She probably won't. But go ahead.
And one other thing, when Ashley, I guess had to be like, okay, well, it was the Jose or whatever she was saying it was, and that's why she told the story wrong. Did they ever show? I know production was asking her questions, but did they ever show like who told her the way in which the conversation actually occurred, or did she just all of a sudden remember that she was the one that brought everything up and it wasn't really on Nneka?
I think she heard I think she was hearing about the backlash that was Wendy's sister and mother, and she started pulling back. And that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Okay.
That article is 3 years old. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, we can keep on. We can look for articles for all these women, and we'll find some stuff. We probably find something about Sheila. Sheila probably got an article about what happened to her damn eye. So I'm just saying, like, I can see if it was something.
Probably Jen Shaw probably did too.
But 3 years later, we ain't heard nothing about this tribe or this like this is crazy. I'm not that invested. Yeah. 2020, we were in a pandemic. I don't really care.
Yeah, because this was after Wendy's first season. That was literally right after Wendy's first season.
Oh
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm not that invested. It's not.
We don't care, Ashley. Ashley.
But so after Ashley talks about that, and Wendy gives her speech, they kind of get into it again. But Wendy defends her mom and said her mom, worships Jesus Christ. Y'all saw at the communion event last episode. And she's just like, yeah, she does. And then Nneka says at day, but at night she's submitting names to shrines. I think she thought she ate that. But she says that. And the ladies kind of believe, they all gagging again. So anyway, Robin is still talking. Robin is just like, I think you guys can, work it out. And Wendy's like, who I want to work it out with? And this is what she pisses me off. I want to work it out with you, Mia. And I said, literally, like, what the hell? This is what pisses me off for Wendy. I'm just saying. So I did laugh though, because when she went over to Mia, Mia was like, I didn't do it. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Like, she shook a little bit, but she gets Mia and they go off to the side. Robin is upset. Robin feels like she's deflecting. She's talking to Ashley or whatever. And we get a little scene of Mia, and we see what happened between Wendy and Mia. Just a montage of them arguing. And I will say the reason why this irritated me the most is because Wendy, what you should never do is sometimes you can't go back on some of the things you say. And Wendy really lets people have it when she's arguing with them. And honestly, she needs to just kind of stand in those moments. There should have been no reason why she should have been talking to me at this moment based off that's how she felt. I don't think it was genuine. I do think she was actually just trying to do something just to get away from talking to Nneka. It was really petty, actually, but I didn't like it, and I didn't feel like it was genuine of a conversation. Yeah. I'll just say that. But I get you guys' thoughts on any of this, Antonio.
It was to me like a ploy to like, let me just try to dead this situation with Nneka, because it was kind of like Wendy never denied. Wendy kept saying, I didn't do it. The whole situation with Mia, and I do remember even Wendy saying that she'd never, speak to me again. So I'm like, for her to do that, I agree with Robin. It was deflection, but it's like, look who is trying to call somebody out about deflecting when that's all you've been doing for the last few years. So it was odd to me that she was willing to just all of a sudden say, who, I want to work it out with Mia. It's like, no, me, I would have been like, F all of y'all. Like, I don't got nothing to say to none of y'all right now. And grab my stuff and I would have walked out. That was very, very odd. But I think in that moment, Wendy seemed to be kind of like under some pressure and didn't really know how to kind of handle that situation that came at her, because it did. I think it caught her off guard. So.
Asia.
What Wendy should have did was picked up that pickleball paddle and went back on the court like Juan had just done. You're like, Candiace, come on, let's go play another round or something. Like, I would have literally just
let's go make these plays for these men.
Yeah, like I'd be like, Eddie, let's do one-on-one. Come on, Robin Juan. Like, I literally, if I'm gonna deflect, I'm not gonna use my enemy to do it. Not somebody I just said was dumb.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, but you just said this girl was when they showed those clips, I was like, when you in this moment, I'm like, oh yeah. But as I watch them back, I'm like, Wendy has really talked cash money ish to Mia. Like,
crater face, bitch.
Yes,
you stupid, everything. You low, you slow.
She has said, and I mean, in those moments, they were definitely warranted based off of what was going on, in my opinion. But baby, some of those things you can't come back from. But I guess Mia, I don't know. Mia can take a beating, I guess. I don't know. I guess she just
I just don't think Mia takes it too. Seems like to me, Mia lie just at like, so she clearly don't take the show that serious at all, or anything that comes out of anybody's mouth really serious. So Mia's just kind of like, child, okay, we cool then. Like,
exactly. She was whatever.
Hey,
But
go ahead.
Mia was eating it up. Mia was eating it up though, because she was like, "Oh man."
But okay, so Daddy come and said Mia dumb self. I don't want to call her dumb. She said she got a child. I don't want to be calling her slow. But she says that she could have gagged Wendy by saying, "Nah, I'm not doing it." Now I ain't gonna lie, that would have been some good TV.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
I might have been like, "Yes, Mia," if that would have happened.
But I'm telling you, Mia don't take none of that stuff serious. So that's why she was just kind of like, let me give me some wine and let's go over there. And then they grabbed each other's arm and walked over there like.
She don't take it serious because she didn't get mad at them girls saying that her cancer was fake when she believed it was real. So
even when they got up and started talking over there, they really weren't talking about nothing. She was like, "Well, yeah," Wendy wasn't even really trying. It wasn't to have a conversation. She was like, "Oh, we cool." Actually, no, we not, because you.
It was just the fakery of, "Oh yeah, girl, you did throw a drink on me." Now you just like what? It was fake, but I guess, like you said, it was for the moment of getting out of the conversation, or even grabbing the camera time from that. I guess it was a boss move, sorta, not really.
It was funny. It was funny. Yeah. It was funny. To be honest, stupid stuff like that is what I like about Housewives. When it's like, just girl, what are we doing?
Yeah, Mia's not that quick. She's not. That's the thing. So after this, the food and stuff falls over. They think it's a hex and curse and stuff going on in there because Juan, I better say Juan, Robin, whatever. Juan knocks it over on accident. Karen thinks that he did it on purpose. I thought she was serious for a second. I'm like, is she being serious? But she was just playing. I think she's trying to find a way to talk to him in some kind of way, but it didn't really work because he didn't really want to talk to her. He was over her anyway. But
he wanted to give her another hug though.
I hope he didn't squeeze her till her eyes popped out like he did.
Her implants went to her back.
Okay, I hope she didn't squeeze her again. Now, this last part to me was probably the most. I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know. I'll just say that. So Nneka is talking to Mia. Nneka at this point is talking to anybody who will listen. She is constantly talking to so many people, and Mia at this moment is so. Which is interesting because Mia just had the conversation with Wendy, but she's so invested in whatever Nneka has to say and this whole drama. Now, we talked about how allegedly Eddie unfollowed Ike, right? So Mia asks Ike, have you talked to Eddie? Like, she's literally talking to Ike, while Nneka's right there. And so, Eddie comes over there. Eddie gets Juan. Eddie's like, I just met him. Like, I don't know him, right? That's Eddie. Eddie looked very innocent and just truthful in this moment. So Mia pretty much asks what's going on. And as they try to talk, Nneka's talking. He hushes her up. And when he hushes her up, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I ain't gonna lie, Ike is trying to son Eddie. He's like, bro, like he says, say it with your chest. And I'm just like, is all this over Facebook. It was escalating a little too fast. I thought they was about to get crunk up, and I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, this is about to be an interesting. The men fight, that's something I don't really want to see, to be honest. But anyway, when he says that, Wendy's face is like, and she doesn't step in. She's in front of Eddie, but I guess the way she looked at him, Nneka's like, don't get in my man's face. And then Wendy's like, okay, we're not gonna do all this because we know that Nneka is clearly like turned up already from earlier. I don't know if she showed up with some wine coolers, but she was on one. I ain't gonna lie, she was very, I hate to say, aggressive in all of her approaches.
She had energy.
She had a lot of energy. So Wendy de-escalates the situation, and Nneka makes a comment and feeling like that in terms of get out, that Eddie is being controlled. But we do see a scene next episode where she clearly is controlling him, her husband, herself. And so they get into it again. Nneka tells her that her mom is a witch. And we see Jazelle on the side, who is against violence. She says Eddie does not want that smoke. as if she just once again egging on another fight after previously stating how she was so afraid and just didn't want to be around Monique 3-4 years ago, whatever it was. So
and Wendy last year. So
Wendy last year. It's crazy. But what do you guys just thought seeing the husbands, go at it? Because Eddie says he didn't meet this man, and they kind of, as Wendy said, y'all are arguing over Facebook. Like y'all arguing over Facebook, unfollow, unfriend, whatever. It was crazy. It was, but it was very tense. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really like the way Ike was all up in Eddie, my man's face. I was about to come out of a bag. I just didn't like that because Eddie is very unproblematic. It seems like he doesn't really do anything. But if he did unfollow you, oh well, whatever. Antonio.
I thought that scene went from like 0 to 10, and I was like, what the F is going on? Because it was like, oh, they said you unfriended him, and Eddie was like, oh, I don't know him. And Eddie legit went over there on just some, hey, what's going on? And the dude is like, yeah, say it with your dress.
He was
like he was ready to growl at him or something like that. Dude, I'm like, Facebook, somebody unfriending you on Facebook that you don't know can't be making you that upset. And even when I'm not even gonna call her, even when Nneka, because I'm gonna call her Nneka, even when she tried to, kind of calm him down, he like snapped at her, and I'm like, dude, you really this upset that this guy unfriended you on Facebook? And being honest, Eddie was like, he didn't know that they was even friends or something like that. I'm thinking, child, Wendy done went on there and unfriended them. Eddie didn't even know what was going on. But the thing about it is, he did try to sun Eddie, but I do like that Eddie was just like, pretty much like, this is silly. Like, so we arguing and fighting over Facebook. That is crazy. Eddie didn't walk away or didn't run away or anything like that.
He didn't even get crazy. He just was kind of like,
what are you doing? It was so confusing. It was like, damn, did somebody hit a bump in the back or something? Like, what is going on?
Not a bump.
Eddie did. Eddie was like, because
it was crazy.
If you look back at that scene, he was like, hold on, because didn't Juan just introduce me to this man? That's why he had called Juan. He's like, hold on, where's Juan? Because what are we talking about? Like, I think he was trying to make sure, like, am I crazy?
Even Juan was like, I missed this story or whatever. Juan was even confused. It was crazy.
Juan said, oh, I missed something.
Juan was just happy it wasn't about him.
No, how does this dude even know? Like, does he check back frequently?
Got to. He had to have went to the page to see that.
Like,
so my thing is, it makes it so many things are happening in this moment. It's almost like the wives are doing the work and the husbands are now in it, because how would he? I don't think he really, somebody that works like he does what he does, is checking his Facebook to see is Eddie Osefo, whatever, if he is like following. That's crazy. So Nneka had to be like, I mean, it's just weird. Like the way Nneka explained it, you would think that Eddie and Ike were like good boys in college. Like, that's a Facebook friend. I don't get it. I don't follow him all the time. Hello, unfriend, all that.
Unfriend. You know when Facebook first came out too, because they older than us. I think they're older than us. I'm pretty sure they're older than us.
I think they're older than you, but I think Eddie is probably around my age. He might be a year or two younger. I know Wendy's only like 40 or 41 or something like that.
Okay.
So they're definitely older than me and Cortez. And when Facebook came out while I was still in high school, so you was just geeked up to have at that time to have a college email.
Mm-hmm.
And you just start friending everybody who got that same college email. Whatever I signed up to whatever school I got into. So I had like a Spelman Facebook. I had like whatever schools accepted me and it gave me an email before I even decided to go there. So you just geeked up and just added people as friends. So it could be they've been friends because they was both at the same school around the same time. But what? They said they sat in meetings together? Yeah. What are we talking about? Girl, what are you talking about? Sir, what are you talking about?
It was clearly there have been in-depth conversations about Eddie and Wendy at Ike and Nneka's
household. They were in the car talking about it too. I mean, they was in the car talking about it, but to me, it was Mia just kind of like being messy because Mia was the one that got all this started. She was talking directly to the husband. Eddie, you know him? You unfollowed, he unfollowed you. Like I was like, you go Nneka, you gonna let this woman get your husband? Like that's crazy. It was really Mia's doing.
But in the car, they said they weren't gonna bring it up though, like the whole because they did mention the Facebook thing.
Nneka wanted a problem. Nneka was talking to anybody that would listen about whatever. And that's what it was. I'm gonna stop here because we got a lot of people in this queue for callers, so I want to make sure I get them on while we have the next 20 minutes of time. And so make sure you guys like this video and subscribe. The next episode they go to Houston, so we know that
Austin. They ain't come to my city.
My bad, Austin. And I remember seeing a clip of them in a club with Wendy having like a ball with her blue on. So I'm excited to see like how it goes. But we do see that Candiace and Ashley have another issue next week. They seem like they gonna get all crunk again. So we'll see how that goes. But so I'm gonna go ahead and let the callers on. There is a lot of y'all in this queue, so I'm gonna give everybody roughly around close to 3 minutes a piece. Then I gotta let you go. Okay, so just know that.
I was gonna say we're gonna do 2 minutes.
We got 3. Our time's like we good. We good on time. Just because of the time. All right, first caller today is going to be Kyra. What's going on, Kyra?
Hey, okay. I'm gonna try to be quick, but not too fast.
Okay.
Mainly the story is I think that Nneka keeps changing her storyline. For one, she's in interviews saying that what Ashley did exasperated the issue. So now why are you on TV? Why are you on TV saying the call happened 3 weeks before you went and met Wendy at Ashley's house? Because if all this stuff was happening before Ashley's house, then the conversation Ashley and Nneka had when the first meetup would have went different. To me, then it sounds like you and Ashley planned this to be able to a way to have it look like Ashley and you are less responsible, and then it just spiraled out of control. Because there's no way you are this upset about this woman saying apparently a shrine and all this stuff, but the conversation you have with Ashley is, I don't really know her. I met her in passing. Oh, what PhD? Because then it makes me think like, well, you do know what doctor she is. That conversation then to me looks very different if all of this was happening before she had that sit down with Ashley. This then does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And like, I do get what you are saying, Cortez, of Wendy saying like, oh, I don't know her. But to me, I don't know her and I've met her in passing or different things, but I do understand the semantics. But Nneka is the one going from, I don't know her, to now you're upset that she's acting like she doesn't know you, to we do know each other and she has met me before and she's intentionally avoiding me. Those are to me, that's a drastic difference versus I've met her in passing, but I don't know her. Yeah. It's very different than you acting like we know each other. And then when Candiace like, so are you guys good? Well, I don't know her to have a problem. And then you get upset because Wendy says the same thing. This to me does seem like this was talked about beforehand. Because again, I just felt like if this was happening for so long, come on, her conversation with Ashley would have looked so differently. And as you said, Asia, Wendy was nice and it didn't feel fake. Because Wendy sometimes does give, she can give her fake, putting on moment. When she met Nneka, it felt very natural. It felt like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm excited to meet you. Here's how you pronounce her name. You have her phone number. To me, the meeting that they had at Ashley's house and then how they met up at pickleball made me know that maybe Wendy didn't know that her sister or her mom were going to check in on what's going on, but she heard about it after the fact. And that's why she had that response when Nneka came in. She wasn't as warm. Even if the whole miscommunication happened, she still wouldn't have appeared that way. So I do believe she knows about the phone call. But I just believe that Nneka and Ashley have talked about the situation, and now they're realizing how messy it's getting. So now Nneka, in interviews now and on the show, keeps switching her timeline of when these things happen. Because if it's happening now the way she says it's happened, then you would have been pissed at Ashley if you are on interviews now saying Ashley's the reason why this escalated. You would have been pissed. That's my main thing.
I'm curious to see how how this pans out in terms of interviews and when they talk about it at the reunion. I really want to see if we get some kind of resolution and some more, because what makes this also very cringy is that most of the involving parties are not a part of the show and they won't be a part of the show.
They're not.
The mama and sister and Lebe, baby, they didn't give Lebe a damn
a diamond, a flute, whatever.
Part of the show.
Wait, my last little tidbit. Also, the fact of the matter is that Nneka is doing so much damage control of podcasters talking about how mutual friends are reaching out to them, asking them to take things down. I feel like she knew she went too far, and that's also why she's changing her timeline in their interviews. Thank you.
I agree with that. All right, Kyra, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyra.
All righty. Our next caller. We got a line out the building. I know that's why y'all better get in this queue. All right. Demisio. What's going on, Demisio? How are you?
Hey guys.
Big
I'm gonna make it really quick. I'm on Wendy's side with this, even though Ashley, I feel like did kind of started between them by misrepresenting the information. Nneka still wanted to have a problem with Wendy. To me personally, she came on with an agenda, and the way she was just like calling Wendy a bitch, like it just seemed really kind of deep rooted a little bit. Like, are we missing something? Like, did we not see something, or is Nneka just overdoing it for TV purposes? Like, the show is already dark and toxic, and to add in the voodoo and the shrine and just all that is just kind of just a little, it's just too much. Like the storyline is just problematic, and I just want it to end because we as Black people, if you're not a part of that culture, we really kind of don't understand it. So for them to be perpetrating that out there and then to have white people along the way as well, like trying to pick it apart and stuff like that, it's just not a good look. And that's just not something that we should just want to put out there into the universe as people of color. To me, and not to mention that it's xenophobia to be putting it out there that this lady is putting your name in a shrine and practicing dark magic and all that. That's not cool. And I don't understand how Wendy sit up there and let any of that go on, because the way I would have been ready to whoop Nneka talking about my mama. Like, no, come on now.
She's like, your mom's a witch. She might as well say,
like literally with that whack weave sitting on top of her head.
Not the whack weave.
And not to mention
about my weed.
And the last thing is Karen and Juan little moment did tickle me because, girl, how Karen got more chemistry with your man than you?
Oh, I'm with you.
Demetria, he did hug her into her.
He hugged her to her eyeballs and
listen.
Look, we never seen him hug Robin, so
woes her.
Exactly, and the fact that Robin is trying to say that somebody's deflecting, like, Robin, girl, sit this one out. Because what happened to last year?
He's saying, I don't care. That's deflection right there to me.
Like, literally, you've been deflecting since the show started, and probably before the show started. So, ma'am, sit down.
All right, Demisio, we gotta let you go, okay?
All right, guys, bye.
Thank you, Demisio. All righty. Our next caller is... Oh, they went away. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? What you got for us? Now, keep in mind the time now.
How you doing?
Uh-oh. Oh, well, look like she may be having issues, so I'm going to go to the next person. Who is Baby Please? I think I know who this is, but I'm scared.
Jasmine.
Baby, please. Baby, please. Honey, Jasmine get 4 minutes. Let me just tell y'all something, okay? Okay, 3.5. Okay, so let me just say, I just really, just the whole vibe of this, like the religion talk. I said this on the show last week. Like, it's just so inappropriate. And I agree so much with Demisio was saying that a lot of people don't get this culture or get what even being said. They're just like saying, ooh, and it's putting a bad light on something that should be beautiful. Everybody has their own religion, everybody has their own faith. But to me, like, just having I'm just having her come in and perpetuate that. It's just so sick to me. So I think it's really rich that Robin and her Anglo-Saxon ass comes in and sits down and gets mad that Karen is even bringing up her name, but then wants to put a fan over her mouth and say, but she ain't telling the whole story. Bitch, you ain't told the whole story. I ain't ever told the whole story. So I can't, it's like every time that Wendy walks in, people can say, well, you don't have to like Wendy. I didn't particularly care for her in the beginning anyway, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Every time the girl walks in, Jazelle neck gets tighter, her ankles get thicker. Robin and her flimsy booty gets all tight in the butt. I just can't, like, the level of hate that they have for her. It's just ridiculous to me. So I can't even, Ike Turner. I mean, whatever the man's name is. I cannot believe that he was so hyped up about a Facebook, which leads me to believe again they were stalking the page. Their community is so small. Like, everybody had, like, Haitians, Jamaicans, we all have our own community, Creole, we all have our own communities. And what people were saying in the chat is small. So of course they probably know of each other. But if you're coming in wanting someone to greet you with that Nigerian or that culture hug and that culture love, then you from the beginning to me when she was talking to her, well, okay, what you know her, so you know what PhD she got. You're just trying to be funny with a crooked wig and a lazy eye. Goodbye.
Well, that was Baby Please coming live from.
Cheers to the girls' weekend. You better watch those B words.
Thank you, Jazz.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dad.
Y'all can catch Jazz next week. And also on Married to Medicine. She's consistent across all platforms.
Yes, she is.
All right, our next caller is actually, hey Danny, look at all the colors calling in tonight. What's going on, Dr. Danny? What's up, Danny?
Hey everybody. So real quick, Nneka and her chalky makeup was walking around that pickleball like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to tell anybody that would listen to her that Eddie unfollowed that man on Facebook. First of all, going to someone's page and showing you not friends doesn't mean y'all were ever friends to begin with. I can go to Eddie's page right now and show that we're not friends and say he unfollowed me. I don't believe they was ever friends to begin with. That's number one. Number two, Nneka and her timelines are all messed up. This lady can't be a lawyer. If she defend you, you going to jail. She's probably she's like a worse lawyer than Phaedra. And then he's talking about something to Eddie, say it with your whole chest. Eddie was very clear in what he said. There was no misunderstanding that.
Yeah.
Eddie was very clear in saying, I just met you. What does that mean? Again, you were talking about semantics earlier. Ike was playing semantics. Sammy said in the chat earlier, my doctor couldn't be acting like that. The traveling doctor would be traveling to the unemployment line. And then Ashley getting off scot-free with Nneka is very telling of the motive that Nneka came onto the show with.
Yeah.
Because, yes, Wendy, she lied to Wendy, Ashley, but being lied on is a lot worse than being lied to, in my opinion.
I agree.
I'm going to let you have time. I know y'all got to line out the door. So,
we really do. But I
know Lisa going to come back in on 10, so I'm going to just let y'all have it.
Okay. All right.
Bye,
Danny.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Hi, Danny.
Y'all know y'all can catch Danny over here. He's also part of Beverly Hills and Miami and Bell Collective. Danny is okay, so check him out over here and over there as well. All right, next call is going to be Sean, usually with an S, but just Sean today. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you?
I'll be real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
It's all Ashley's fault. Her and Nneka sat down at lunch and hatched the game plan, but it didn't work. It's just stupid, dumb, and they just need to stop. I had a theory about Mia and Gordon. Last year, Mia's friend said Gordon called her looking for Mia, but Mia was out of town with her ex's mother-in-law. So I wonder, did Gordon get together with his family and they plotted this whole little scheme to kick him out so he could divorce Mia and not give her any money because he don't supposedly have any money. Then once they get divorced, they settle their little differences with the chiropractic business. And bring him back in. Or just give him his money and let somebody else work it like he was doing before. Because I see the separate cars. They was separated all the way together. She mad about being in that little bitty tiny house, and that's it. For Wendy, if I was Wendy, I would have told Nneka, if it don't have nothing to do with me, if I haven't done anything to you, don't come to me about nobody else. If you got an issue with my mama and sister, go take it up with them. This ain't got nothing to do with the group. They not here, so leave it alone.
Don't take it up my mama. Don't talk to
Oh, her mama will get with her. She don't need no help at all. Wendy's mama. And Robin and Jazelle, they just need to calm down because it look like next week it's coming back to boomerang and hit her in the forehead, so she gonna be sitting on the curb like Monica. I'm good.
Oh, look like Monica.
That's funny.
Y'all take care.
Thank you, Sean.
Bye.
What you doing to me?
Our next caller. You have two call-ins. I don't know which one is the right one. So I think it may be the last one. Are you there, Yeti? on this one? No? Or are you on this one? Okay, you're on this one. Let me take that one out. All right, there you go. We can hear you. How are you? Yeti. Are you ready? Yeti, are you ready? Yeti, no? Okay, Yeti, I can't hear you. I'm about to let the next person on, okay? But if you stay in the queue, I'll let you on. Just 1 second. All right, this is Pound Team TKC. Now, I don't think that's a real team. So is this TKC?
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
How are you?
Let me ask this because I don't want to seem like I'm the crazy one. You know, am I delusional? Why do I hate Nneka so much? Like, what's up with Nneka? I don't understand why she got so much hate.
I don't know why she got so much hate in her heart either.
If the girl saying the mama did a shrine on her, did some voodoo on her, wouldn't y'all be like, wouldn't y'all want to check that or something like that?
No.
And I'm from the Carolinas. I'm from the Carolinas. I got family in Charleston, and I know that shit is. Oh God, excuse me. I know that stuff is real and it works. So wouldn't y'all want to like?
No,
I don't understand the hate. I don't understand what she's doing
that is
so wrong.
See if let me this to me, if Nneka really had a true problem, she wouldn't have been sitting next to Wendy. She wouldn't have been all just high and whatever at that first event. I just feel like it would have been a real problem then. Obviously, production's behind her, and they're gonna make her talk about it. But I mean, like they said, like Wendy hasn't done anything to her. The whole thing is supposed to be about clout chasing, and it's supposed to be, I know you, you don't know me, I know of you. It's just stupid. So when you come into a group, honestly, Nneka, you don't know anybody in this group. So you should really be giving everybody a fair chance. You're the new girl coming in.
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something real quick, Cortez?
Go ahead.
Because y'all take this show so personal. Imagine a stand of Sierra calling me slow. Imagine that. A stand of the lamest, latest.
Are you talking about Potomac, or do you want to get out?
Is calling me slow. Okay.
You got anything to add about the show, or you done?
That's what I really want. I'm really not understanding why Nneka gets. I just want people to say that they don't like Nneka because she's cool with the light skins.
That is not TKC. You sound ridiculous because that is something you're making up. People don't like how she's acting, and just like a lot of people don't like Candy because of the things she actually says, people do not like Nneka because of the things she's saying and doing. It's that simple.
People did not like Nneka before the season even started.
No, I don't know what people you talking about.
Yes,
before the season even started. Intrigued by Nneka, and I wanted to see her housewife glam. To me, she's giving thirsty. I'm open to all housewives when they come on the show if they actually make a point to try and get to know everyone. But for me, when I see that you come on with already certain thoughts in your head, or you want to go after a certain person, I'd label you as thirsty, and I don't want you around after your first season. You can go. And to me, that's what Nneka is giving. She can go. You mean to tell me someone called her and told her that this lady mama was gonna do voodoo on her, and she had such an issue with it that when she seen this lady at the housewarming 2 weeks later,
well, I don't know. I think
she exchanged phone numbers. I think she has her
timeline all mixed up. But my point
is, Nneka's lying, is what you're saying.
Is she lying? Why would she make up somebody's mother saying that they have a shot?
No. I'm asking.
Why would she make that up?
You think she got her timelines mixed up?
She clearly has her timeline mixed up.
She's lying.
She clearly has the timeline mixed up. Listen, I don't really care that much. It's not making me angry like it's making you angry. But she clearly has her timeline mixed up. I'm not.
Okay. Well, listen, I gotta let you go. You said a lot. We hear you. We'll hear it again.
I haven't said much because Antonio was talking over me the whole time.
No, I sure was, and I'll talk over you again.
But y'all got your favorites, and y'all can go ahead. Y'all got your favorites.
Bye.
Do what y'all want to do, but it's cool. I'm still tuning in. You know why?
People don't like them.
Did you ask us a question?
Honestly, you said we are a little personal. It sounds like you take it kind of personal.
I know I'm taking it personal because Antonio sitting there over talking me, and I'm trying to get my point out.
Goodness. All right, TKC, we're gonna let you go. Okay, thank you for calling in because we got another call. All right.
Bye, TKC.
We already kind of went over our time, but I don't want to down anybody from the callers. It's tonight. It must be a hot night. So
I love Antonio.
long as y'all are watching, there's still 80 of y'all watching, so we'll keep it rolling. If y'all need to drop, let me know. That's fine too.
Antonio, I love you.
Lisa, how you doing, Lisa?
Hey, darling, how you doing?
We're doing good. How you doing?
What's up?
What
Good.
you
Let
got
us
for
make this quick. Let us make this quick. I'm gonna tell you like I said like that. I am so glad Juan checked Jazelle ass. I'm glad of that. He should have been checking her ass, okay? Somebody husband need to check her ass, okay? I knew it was about a bottom time.
stop saying ass.
Huh?
You can't cuss us
On
too
the
hard.
mouth. Okay. I
Right.
got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, and also I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Nika and her husband ain't nothing but a cheap Nazim knockoff of winning Eddie. Okay, and
Yes,
Bravo and the Real Housewives producers won't win out the show. Just fire her. Don't come for her family. This been the 3 years straight they have came for that girl and her husband. Now they call me happy. Eddie, he probably got some girl pregnant in the law firm, and now they talking about he unfollow somebody. Child, who cares who follow me? I'm not worried about you. You unfollow me on IG, Twitter, or anybody else. Man, y'all folks is grown. And I believe, and I do believe with phone call was taking place because when you hear Nika do say, well, you call my mama, you call my friend or cousin, somebody. Then she turned around, she said, now your mom and your sister called my cousin, Child, please, ain't nobody got time for that. Now I believe her mama probably did say, child, look, I'm gonna bring Jesus after you if you don't leave me and my child alone. Now I believe her mama
Lisa,
did say that.
when I watched a different blog, somebody who was Nigerian broke it down, and when she said, "Have I not prayed for you?" Meaning, I
Hmm.
know you. I prayed for your family before. Why are you acting like this? That's one thing the mama said to, I guess, the cousin, because those
Hmm.
things know each other. So she did break
Yeah.
it down like the way they're trying to say it isn't what actually happened, or if
Yeah.
we interpret
But
it.
this is all act. I don't care what nobody say. I believe this Ashley and Giselle kind of get back at Wendy. I really do. And Robin too. I
Yeah.
really do. And I don't blame. Now, it was a trip to me when she got up and got Neil. I don't blame. I would have got up and got them. Said, girl, look here. You talking about my mom. I ain't finna get got raised out here. I'm going to get my other enemy over there next to you. And we going to go somewhere, okay? Then we going to go somewhere. And Eddie, and Pope Eddie, I feel sorry for him. Now,
Lisa,
one kind of hug on
Lisa,
Karen
Lisa,
and her
Lisa.
fake booties.
You hear me? Lisa,
They're gonna make her fake booty go to the back of her chest. He kind of hug on her. I think that's real. Like,
okay,
okay, we hugging now.
Lisa, I gotta let the last two calls on. Okay, it was
I
a
know, I
busy
do,
time.
baby. I love y'all.
We love you
I
too.
be
Thank
trying to
you.
come on. I be trying to come on Cortez all the time, but I have other block I be trying to see too.
I
But I
understand.
do be
Well,
pushing the like button though. I do be pushing the like button.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
love y'all.
I can
Thank you.
let you guys tomorrow too. Okay. All right. Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa.
Hi.
Y'all wanted to tune in tonight. All right. Yeah, there. You there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I got you. You got a few minutes. We got time. What you got for us?
Well, I only got 2 minutes to tell you guys what I got to say. I am actually Nigerian American, first generation. And
Okay.
basically, and I live in Maryland as well, although I'm not the same tribe as Wendy and Nneka. But Nneka knows better than to say what she says because really, in the Nigerian community, you don't call people's moms a witch. Really, there's no coming back from that, really, when you do something like that. And like the lady was saying, people do pray for people. Just because I said that, oh, I'm going to put your name in a shrine doesn't mean it's actually voodoo. It could be that you're talking about my family and I'm going to pray something bad happens to you, but it doesn't mean it's voodoo. And what I think really happened here is that once Ashley lied, obviously Wendy told her mom. And because what she lied about it could get the family ostracized, she had to tell her mom about it. And that's why the domino effect happened. So Wendy didn't call those people. Her mom probably did, but that's because of what Ashley started. Because what was being said is so terrible that can actually get her ostracized in the community. So that's what happened. And Neka knows better than to actually say what she says. She's Nigerian. She tried to act like she's American, call herself Neka or whatever. Her name's actually Nneka. Everybody knows that that's how to pronounce the name. So I don't know what she's trying to do on the show. I don't know why she's coming for Wendy. I particularly don't care for Wendy really, but when I see something like this happen, especially in the culture, it really freaks me.
Understood.
That was informative.
They were
That
very important. I've seen many actual Nigerians call in. Like, I think we're actually going to see a lot of it over this season, across YouTube in general. I think people are trying to like be more informative about it. And I think it's going to be helpful, because we ain't being educated properly on the show. So at least you can watch some of these other YouTube shows, our show, from you guys that call in and learn something. Because I don't know a lot, but I'm learning, and so we appreciate you for calling in and giving us that piece of knowledge.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and our last caller for tonight is gonna be the first caller of the lean ever. What's going on, Mel? What you got for us?
Hey, how you doing? Nothing. Well,
No.
hi. Hello. I'm enjoying the show. I just want to say this for me. If you act like a hot fool getting on the show, you're going to be treated like one. So I think for me, the thing is, if you come in acting unlikable, you're not going to be liked by the audience. So I think that's what Nneka is having the issue with. She's coming in hot with all this mess and problems. She's going to get roasted by the people in these reviews. That's what's going to be happening. She got to make up to Wendy for telling this sort of crazy rumor. If you haven't seen this woman at the altar doing all type of crap, then why would you go out there disrespecting somebody else's mother? That's crazy to me. And I think that I think that for me, Nneka is basically like the mouthpiece to the three-eye bandit. I think that's going to be Ashley, it's going to be Jazelle and Robin. Those are because there was a conversation about colorism for these past couple of years. So here we come. We got this beautiful woman coming in, and she happens to be really cooped up with these people who really haven't been held accountable, in my opinion, for the things they've done in the past. So now they got her in the forefront going against Wendy, which it seems stupid to me because I don't feel like there was anything that was so heavy that they had to be going like crazy. I think that Nneka stirred the pot. She was a hot mess, and she's going to be treated that way, in my opinion. So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay. I think it was said very well, to be honest. I don't think there's just this lady is being disliked for just no reason. I mean, just look how she's coming in. You ain't gotta really like Wendy to be like she's coming in a little.
No. If you come in unlikable, you're gonna be treated as an unlikable person. She's been disagreeable, she's been messy. I mean, listen, I'm a forgiving person. So if she changed her ways and own up to lying, then maybe she might get redeemed. But if she's gonna be a hot mess at the reunion, she's gonna get dragged.
I agree.
And that's all I have to say. So have a good night to everybody.
Thank you, Mel.
Oh, thank you, Mel.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, listen, I think Miss Nectar Juice or whatever her name is, I think she's gonna be just fine throughout the season. I think some people will come around to like her, maybe not. This is just the beginning, so we got plenty of time. But with that being said, we've come to the end. We actually were done with our review 30 minutes ago, but we had 9 callers. So shout out to everybody that called in. Our entire panel called in. New callers called in. I think Saz K thanked everybody. It was Kyra, Demisio, Baby Please, AK Jazz, Danny, Sean, TKC, Lisa Yeti, and Mel. We thank y'all for calling in. Always, as I will say, if you're gonna call for this show, please be respectful. Please be respectful. I'll just leave it at that. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Married to Medicine, Salt Lake City, Wednesday for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or Thursday for the Real Housewives of Miami. Thank y'all and good night.
Good night.